time. We have a lot to talk about. First day of school, the buses are rolling. There was an accident. We'll have a report on that shortly. And my good buddy Kyle Falk has once again managed to get a couple of swamp people back in the HTV studio. Not going to tell you who they are yet. You're going to have to wait and see right after the intro. But nonetheless, it's Bayou time, and it's Monday night.
Deep in the heart of the bayou, we are gathered here tonight. Now it's time for action, 'cause our lives are on the line. Tonight we'll do our very best to break through all the bureaucratic mess. The time has come tonight, 'cause it's Bayou time. Show 'em what Louisiana's all about.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Folse, and as promised in the tease, we have a couple of swamp people in the house. Now, certainly this program has become a cult phenomenon all around the world. It is the History Channel's claim to fame. And I got to tell you, I was just in the green room, and I was talking with R.J. Molinaire and his son, J. Paul, two of the nicest people you will ever meet. They're from this area. They've been watching Bayou Time for a long time. I've been watching Swamp People for a long time, so it was a good chance to meet everybody, and certainly they are two fine people. When we come back from the news, they're going to be on the desk, and we're going to talk about how they got on Swamp People. But first, local news.
Be right home for the first day of school for some St. Francis students as a car strikes the back of a school bus at the intersection of Bayou Black Drive and El Paso Boulevard. Officials at the scene said no students were injured in the accident. At the scene, paramedics were tending to a passenger inside the car that struck the bus. The crash remains under investigation by Houma Police. In police news, over the weekend, deputies arrest a Dulac man for allegedly stealing a car and trying to run over the owner of the car. Deputies say 26-year-old Calvin Verdant Jr. was driving the owner of the car to his home when the owner wanted to go back to her home. Verdant instead continued to drive to his home. Deputies say Verdant struck the woman several times and then drove off when the woman left the car. According to deputies, Verdant then drove around in circles, nearly striking the woman. Verdant is charged with aggravated assault, 2 counts of simple battery, and auto theft. Also this weekend, deputies make a second arrest in the alleged plot to steal copper wire from an energy substation leading to the electrocution of Timothy Lewis last Wednesday. Deputies late Friday arrested 59-year-old Donald Gautreaux, who allegedly drove Lewis and his girlfriend, Tanya Nakan, to the substation. Gautreaux also drove away from the scene with Nakan after Lewis was electrocuted while trying to cut the wire. Gautreaux was booked into the Terrebonne Parish Jail on a $50,000 bond. In Houma Police news, Houma Police arrest a man who tried to steal a steak from a local supermarket and punched a juvenile while fleeing. Houma Police Saturday arrested 39-year-old Waylon Young of Dulac after he tried to take a steak from a grocery store on St. Charles Street and punched a teen in the jaw when they were trying to follow Young. Young was booked into the Terrebonne Parish Jail for theft of goods less than $500 and obstruction of justice. His bond was set at $10,000. And in weekend news, 2 local associations hold their annual rodeos. We first start off with the Terrebonne Parish Sportsman's League Rodeo, who held their rodeo at the East Park Recreation Center.
So far we've had a good response, and we've been hearing from our fishermen that they have some pretty good fish already to be weighed. So right now I would say things are going pretty well. The weather's been holding up pretty well. We've had some rain showers around, not too many today. We've had a few severe yesterday, but so far today we've had a pretty good turnout. Pretty good for the fishermen, except it is really hot. We're a nonprofit organization, and we do what we can for the community. And of course, we give our membership We give them 6 eating meetings a year, which includes a crawfish boil and a family banquet. So we give most of the money back to the fishermen and to the fishing people, you might say.
Also over the weekend, the crew of Cleopatra held its annual rodeo down in Cocodrie.
You know, one day we just decided it's usually a dominated area, fishing rodeos by men and men's clubs and organizations. And we figured, what's wrong? A woman can organize just the same. So we did, and we've been really good at it so far. It's been really a good event for us. And so we're down here waiting for the scales to be bombarded with people bringing in their last minute fish. We have people placed on the board now, but I'm sure it'll change really fast as they come in with their boats at the last minute. But we're glad to be back in business again.